Did you know that more than 10% of our country's population suffers from diabetes, and many people are lost without knowing what to do because of the myths that are spread about the disease? That's right. So today, we're going to debunk some of the biggest lies you've ever heard about diabetes and help you truly understand this condition. We'll show you why sugar isn't the only culprit, how you can eat sweets and carbs without fear, and why type 2 diabetes isn't milder than type 1. We'll also talk about insulin and weight gain, and how type 2 diabetes is increasingly affecting children and adolescents. These topics will be explained in a simple and direct way, so you understand everything. I'm here to share information that can truly change your life. I will explain everything enthusiastically and authentically, so you feel more prepared and confident. Stay with me and discover how it is possible to live well and healthy, even with diabetes. Let's go. But before we continue, let me ask, how much do you care about your health and well-being? I want to draw your attention to the importance of acquiring knowledge and staying informed, so I recommend that you subscribe to the channel and activate all notifications to receive our content. I also recommend that you watch very carefully, eliminate distractions, and stay focused. And for the dedicated people who watch until the end, I'll leave a link pinned to the first comment so you can stay even more healthy. Myth 1: Diabetes is caused by excessive sugar consumption. It's almost automatic to think that sugar is the big villain when we talk about diabetes. But is it just him? Studies indicate that excessive sugar consumption can, in fact, lead to weight gain, which is a risk factor for type 2 diabetes. However, the true cause of diabetes is much more complex, involving a combination of factors genetic and environmental. There is no direct and exclusive link between sugar consumption and the development of diabetes. Imagine a person who leads a sedentary lifestyle, with a diet rich in fast food and sweets. It may seem like her problem is just excess sugar, but in fact, genetic predisposition and the environment where she lives play a crucial role. It is not uncommon to find entire families with a history of diabetes, even if not everyone consumes excess sugar. Therefore, understanding that diabetes goes beyond sugar helps to demystify the subject and focus on what really matters: a healthy and monitored lifestyle. Genetics, environment, and even daily stress can influence health. Think about that friend who runs every day, eats fruits and vegetables, but was still diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. This shows that the disease does not discriminate and can affect anyone. Knowing this not only alleviates the guilt that many feel, but also directs attention towards more comprehensive and personalized care. After all, each case is unique and deserves special attention. Myth 2: People with diabetes cannot eat sweet or carbohydrates. It's common to hear that people with diabetes should eliminate sweets and carbohydrates from their menu. But is this true? The reality is that people with diabetes can consume these foods, as long as they do so in moderation and within a balanced eating plan. The key to staying healthy is controlling your portions and monitoring your blood glucose levels. So yes, that piece of cake might be on your plate every now and then. Imagine someone with diabetes who loves bread and pasta. Instead of completely eliminating these foods, she learns to balance her meals, opting for whole grain versions and combining them with proteins and fiber. This not only helps control glucose levels, but also promotes a more satisfying and varied diet. Studies show that restrictive diets are often not sustainable in the long term and can lead to episodes of binge eating. Another important point is the importance of nutritional education. Understanding how carbohydrates and sweets affect the body allows you to make more informed choices. For example, replacing soda with natural juice or sparkling water is a simple swap that makes a difference. And it's not about deprivation, it's about learning to have a healthy relationship with food. Thus, people with diabetes can enjoy a full and tasty life without fear of harming themselves. Myth 3: Type 2 diabetes is a milder form of diabetes. Many people believe that type 2 diabetes is a milder form of the disease, but this is far from the truth. Both type 1 and type 2 diabetes are serious conditions that require proper management to prevent serious health complications such as heart disease, kidney disease, and neuropathy. The difference lies in the mechanism of action of the disease, not the severity of its impacts. Both types need ongoing attention and care. Imagine a person diagnosed with type 2 diabetes who thinks they are less vulnerable to complications. This false sense of security can lead to neglecting necessary care, such as regular glucose monitoring, a balanced diet, and physical exercise. It's like treating a superficial wound without realizing that it could become infected and have greater consequences. Type 2 diabetes, if left uncontrolled, can be just as devastating as type 1. The notion that type 2 diabetes is mild can also minimize the perception of the difficulties faced by those living with the disease. People with this type of diabetes may need medication and even insulin to control their blood sugar. Understanding that both forms of diabetes require seriousness and dedication is essential to improve quality of life and avoid complications. It's an ongoing commitment to health that shouldn't be underestimated. Myth 4: insulin causes weight gain and should be avoided. Insulin is often associated with weight gain, but this simplistic view can be misleading and harmful. In fact, some individuals may gain weight when starting insulin therapy. However, this does not mean that it should be avoided. Insulin is essential for controlling type 1 diabetes and may be necessary for people with type 2 diabetes in certain situations. Proper insulin management is crucial to avoid serious complications and ensure a healthy life. Think of a person who is reluctant to start insulin therapy for fear of gaining weight. This hesitation can lead to uncontrolled blood sugar levels and an increased risk of complications, such as heart problems and neuropathies. In reality, weight gain can be managed with a balanced diet and regular physical activity. Studies show that insulin helps control blood sugar effectively, preventing long-term damage. Another approach is to personalize treatment. Each person responds differently to insulin and, with proper guidance, it is possible to adjust doses and combinations of medications to minimize side effects. For example, combining insulin with a diet rich in fiber and protein can help control weight. Insulin is not the enemy, it is a powerful ally in the fight against diabetes when used in a conscious and informed way. Myth 5: people with type 2 diabetes who need insulin have failed to control their disease. There is a common stigma that people with type 2 diabetes who require insulin have failed to control their condition. However, this is a big mistake. Type 2 diabetes is a progressive disease, and even with a healthy lifestyle and the use of oral medications, some people may eventually need insulin to keep their glucose levels under control. Needing insulin is not a sign of failure, but rather a part of the natural disease process. Consider a person who follows all medical recommendations, adopts a balanced diet, and exercises regularly, but still needs to start insulin. This scenario is quite common and reflects the progressive nature of type 2 diabetes. It is important to understand that the need for insulin does not diminish a person's effort and dedication to managing their health. On the contrary, it shows the importance of a flexible and adaptable approach to diabetes treatment. Additionally, insulin may be essential to prevent serious complications. Studies indicate that tight blood glucose control can significantly reduce the risk of complications such as cardiovascular disease and kidney damage. Therefore, insulin should be seen as a vital tool for maintaining health and not as a symbol of failure. Viewing insulin with this positive perspective can help reduce stigma and promote more effective and humanized care. Myth 6: only obese people develop type 2 diabetes. There is a widespread belief that only obese people develop type 2 diabetes, but this is a dangerous simplification. Although obesity is a significant risk factor, it is not the only one. Genetics, age, and lifestyle also play crucial roles in the development of this condition. Many people at a healthy weight can also be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, highlighting the importance of a broader understanding of the disease. Imagine someone who maintains a normal weight, but has a family history of type 2 diabetes. This person can develop the disease even without being overweight. It is critical to recognize that genetics can have a significant impact. Studies show that people with first-degree relatives with diabetes have an increased risk of developing the condition, regardless of their weight. Therefore, focusing only on obesity may lead to neglecting other important factors. Furthermore, lifestyle and daily habits are essential. Someone may have a healthy weight but live a sedentary lifestyle and consume a diet high in sugars and refined carbohydrates. These behaviors increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Adopting an active lifestyle and a balanced diet is vital for everyone, regardless of weight. This not only helps in preventing diabetes but also promotes better overall health. Myth 7. People with diabetes should only eat dietary food. Many believe that people with diabetes should limit themselves to diet foods, but this is a rather restrictive view. In fact, a balanced and nutritious diet is more important than exclusively consuming products labeled diet or sugar-free. These foods are not always the healthiest and may contain ingredients that negatively affect blood glucose levels. The secret is to make smart and balanced choices. Imagine a person who, upon being diagnosed with diabetes, fills their pantry with diet products. Despite good intentions, she may end up ingesting too many artificial sweeteners and preservatives that are not necessarily beneficial to her health. Instead, focusing on a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains may provide more effective glucose control. Studies suggest that a diet based on whole and natural foods contributes significantly to overall well-being. A practical example would be replacing diet sodas with water with lemon or natural teas. In addition to being healthier options, these habits help keep glucose levels more stable. The important thing is to adopt a dietary lifestyle that is sustainable in the long term and is not based on specific products. Diet diversity not only makes meals more enjoyable, but also ensures the intake of all the nutrients necessary for balanced health. Myth 8. Only adults develop type 2 diabetes. It's a misconception that only adults can develop type 2 diabetes. Although the condition is more common in adults, more and more children, teenagers, and young adults are being diagnosed. This is largely due to the rise in childhood obesity and sedentary lifestyles. Therefore, it is crucial to recognize that type 2 diabetes can affect any age group and that prevention must begin early. Imagine a child who spends hours in front of the television or computer, consuming foods rich in sugar and fat. This lifestyle can lead to weight gain and, eventually, the development of type 2 diabetes. The American Diabetes Association highlights that prevention must involve the entire family, promoting physical activity and healthy eating from childhood. Education and awareness are powerful tools to combat this growing trend. To illustrate, consider a family that decides to change their eating and physical activity habits together. They start walking in the park regularly and cooking balanced meals at home. These simple changes not only help prevent type 2 diabetes in children, but also improve the health of everyone in the family. The impact of these healthy practices goes beyond diabetes prevention, promoting a lifestyle that benefits overall well-being. Myth 9. Diabetes always presents symptoms. Many people believe that diabetes always has clear symptoms, but this is not always true. In the case of type 2 diabetes, many people may not show symptoms for many years, only discovering the disease through routine exams. Type 1 diabetes generally presents symptoms more quickly and more severely. This lack of visible symptoms at the beginning makes the disease even more dangerous, as it can go unnoticed for a long time. Imagine a person who feels perfectly healthy, with no apparent signs of problems, but who, upon undergoing a routine exam, discovers that they have type 2 diabetes. This unexpected discovery is common and shows the importance of regular checkups. Studies indicate that early diagnosis and appropriate treatment can prevent serious complications, such as heart and kidney disease. Therefore, even without symptoms, it is essential to keep your exams up to date. A practical example is to incorporate annual glucose tests as part of your medical checkup. These simple tests can detect changes in blood glucose levels before obvious symptoms appear. Furthermore, being aware of possible signs, such as excessive thirst, blurred vision, and unexplained fatigue, can help in early identification of the disease. Thus, it is possible to adopt appropriate preventive and therapeutic measures, ensuring a healthier life. Now that you know the biggest lies about diabetes, it's time to apply this knowledge and transform your life. We know that sugar is not the only villain, that sweets and carbohydrates can be part of your diet, and that type 2 diabetes is not a milder version of the disease. We also learned that insulin is an ally and that type 2 diabetes can affect anyone, regardless of age or weight. So what are you going to do with this information? Are you ready to review your eating habits, start monitoring your glucose regularly, and maybe even encourage a friend or family member to get a checkup? Think about how these changes can improve your health and prevent serious complications in the future. Now, a curiosity. Did you know that only 95% of people who start watching a video about health and well-being make it to the end? So congratulations, you are on the right path, and we are here to help you. I would like to ask for your like to encourage us to continue creating high-value content. Our mission is to reach and make as many people aware of the importance of having healthy lifestyle habits, and we would like to count on your support. I also suggest that you subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications to be notified whenever we post a new video. Our team is always working to provide you with the best content. And as promised, I'll leave a gift pinned in the first comment of this video that will help you control diabetes and stay healthier. Click on the link in the first comment to receive your gift. Or if you don't want to receive our gift, I'll suggest you watch one of the videos that are appearing on the screen right now.